moment, Orion Council here, thank you. It is nice to communicate. It is time for much information must be given to all of you at this time. We have several times wanted to communicate these topics for you, and the channel has finally decided it is the correct time. Alright, all is well. We want you to know that energies are acclimating on your planet. You have a lot to do on this earth. Many of you came here for Ascension, which she is, by the way, communicating through her videos. Elohim, now we want you to know that your light body is active at nighttime, traveling to multiple places. You have a lot to do on this earth. Many of you come in at this wonderful time to sense each other. You say, I feel what they are feeling. Energies are acclimating when we are in communication. And some of you are quite excited. You think it is strange. You're wondering, what would I do with that in my life? How else would it be if it were not in my life? These kinds of thoughts you are having, and you are also focusing on the turmoil of others. I love them. How can I be of assistance? You ask. We think that your mind is telling you many things. You have an Ascension protocol here. Don't forget about that. Hello. We know that you love all people and they also love you. You must see that. And we give you knowledge tidbits at this time. Rest assured all is well. We are taking care of many things on your earth, and the many groups are working with you. Leaders are communicating with one another. Finally, they are doing it. Good work at this time. Many of you align with the Lyrans. Yes, you say, I love them. Okay, they love you as well. The Lyrans are with us, and the sun is Sasani. This is the tall beings in the room. We have a humor, but they have some tall ones, yes, as Sasani beings. Good work. Elohim are here to tell you that the research is to be done. Some of you have not been researching. You are researchers. You also are healers. Healers must go outside more in the nature. You have to rest at times, you healers. So, how can I be more of a healer, you say? We say you are fine. You must charge your batteries. Good afternoon. Some of you say, what is Orion Council? We are green energies. Yes, we love all of you, and we rest assured are humanitarian beings. Look at the planet Earth. What do you want to change? We look at your questions and we tell you about your own questions about yourself. And we also tell you about the messengers that communicate with these types of groups. Some of the messengers are working outside of your planet. These messages are important for your peace work here. Elohim tells you that your energy body is expensive. Some of you are reporting difficulties in your immediate sphere of influence. We understand the terminology. Do you understand the terminology? Look at the sphere of influence. Are you satisfied with how you are assisting other beings? Look at yourselves. Good afternoon. It is nice to talk about energies on your earth. Guesswork is not important. We are taking turns to communicate knowledge a bit, and we gave you some options for focusing. You have a time on your earth where you will see again. The leaders will see. You know that we work with the leaders on your planet. And we connect with them at a certain time in their lives, and they must work with us because they said they wanted to, so they are simply awakened. We understand that you have questions. We also have answers, and we will talk again. We want you to know that the messengers are chosen at specific lifetimes. You have many lives in many places. Recognize those planets. I remember my life on that planet. I remember the feeling of it. It was a great opportunity for peace energies to enter when you were on that planet. How great of a being are you? You have sent peace to many places. You coming here for it. It is a wonderful opportunity for you to understand yourself. We know that We know that you are not clear at times. Yes. We know that you are not clear at times and you focus differently. You say, Orion Council, should I do this on this day or not? This personality we are working with is talking about schedules. They are asking us, Orion Council, how have you seen my schedule? We are having humorous moments with her as she is recognizing her own understandings. We want you to know that your mind may tell you many things. You may feel as if your mind is having the say. If you feel that your mind is having the say, ask yourselves, what is going on here? Do recognize your own mind. Do understand that you are participating in an experience. You are having others working with your mind, you could say. Look at it this way. If you were to challenge yourself to create something great, what would it look like in your mind? What are the shapes and what is you doing in that place? How are you seeing yourselves, and do you enjoy this vision you are having? Share this with the planet. Your mind will tell you many things, but if you are feeling that you are enjoying the image of yourself, then you must continue to work in this way. And we know that all is well in creation. You have a lot of energy moving. Now you must use that for assisting other beings. And you must also learn to focus for yourself, creating what brings you joy and prosperity, creating what brings you a good feeling of energies, creating what makes you feel safe, creating what makes you feel full and in your physicality. You are all in your physical bodies. Some say I am far away, but you are in your physical vessel. You are lots of you are here to help Earth's people to talk about the tension between communities. Some of the tensions between communities exist for a reason. You are to look at these challenges together. If you can address a situation as far as communication, you are one step ahead. See, when you are not having communication with one another, you are having difficulties with these challenges. You are not focusing on the challenge, yes? Many of you have been upset about this. I want to focus on the challenge and they have a different challenge, and so you are no longer in communication, right? Right. And you try to explain to one another the challenge, but because you are not sharing one, you will not be harmonic with one another. You will feel separate. It is alright to feel that you are not harmonizing. You do not always play the same tonalities. You are to work on yourselves and agree to focus on a challenge together or not. Do you understand? Inside of you are multiple ways to heal. You have self-healing mechanisms. You are to activate them. What has healed you? What is continuing to heal you? Why do you feel better? Think about the reasons why you feel better with your healing modality. Compare and contrast your findings. Which brings you a greater feeling of healing? You understand that your earth is moving, yes? And you understand that there are celestial bodies that are also moving with the planet. And these celestial bodies have effects on energetics for an entire planet. And when you have these energetics, people sense a difference in energy bodies. The bodies are multiplied. And when you have multiple bodies aware of itself, some of you feel very confused. Yes, I know I'm aware of myself in that other layer of reality. These layers of reality are working with you. You must learn to operate simultaneously. Some of you are learning this. You must also recognize how to address difficult peace discussions. There are many ways to go about it. If you are having a peace discussion with another person from another country, you must ask them first and foremost, how are you today? Thank you, I am in agreement. How else will you communicate? If you know the answer, type it. Yes? Type it. What is your reason for typing it? Don't worry so much. Ask yourself, what is opening the lines of communication for peace? Let us talk about how we can be peaceful with one another on this planet Earth we both are enjoying at the same time. Oh, the funny things I have seen about this planet. You say that you saw that, and did you see this about those people? They are funny humans. Some of you are enjoying the fact that you are travelers. You say, look at this. I experienced this in another place. It is a wonderful communication. When you are opening these avenues for discussions, some of you say, well, I have a solution to this issue. But if the other person is not wanting to focus on that issue, you will not have a communication about it. How do you know when they are not wanting to communicate? They will tell you, I am not wishing to communicate this. Let us communicate about something else. But if they are not communicating that they want to communicate about someone else, you are having a situation. You say, Orion Council, I have made suggestions now, won't they respond? We want you to remember that they are not from the same places that you are. It is alright. You have a love energy, and love energy knows when there is more love in the room. When you are having love energies, you are sensing one another, yes? You say, this being is a loving being. And when you sense that this being is a loving being, some of you cease communication completely. You say, Orion Council, it is alright if we don't communicate with them because we love one another, and that is alright. Why are they so communicative in that country? So much to say, so little meditation. For some of you, feel discussion is a meditation with one another. Do you remember those days when many of you came in big groups and you had discussions about topics such as peace? Let us remind you that the Atlanteans are existing. They would be very old by now. You say, oh, I am an old soul. Some of you asking our channel says to them, are you an old soul in her mind? And they sense her energy and say, I am an old soul. And they don't know why they are saying these things, and our channeler is wondering, I was curious about that. Our channeler is a humorous being, and we are very appreciative for the assistance. It's quite needed at this time. We will continue with our transmissions of energies. We have opened successful new centers in her physicality that allow us greater optionalities. And we know that you are all concerned for planet Earth. You know Earth is doing quite well. The planet is exposing things that you were not aware of. And some of you are quite fascinated. You say, I did not know that was the true reality in that circumstance. Many of you said these were ancient stories and we knew they must have existed. Some of you say, I don't want to know that. Orion Council, stop the knowledge, for my mind is too exposed. And some of you are hiding from one another and you don't want to be seen because everything is, everything is transparent now. I am knowing too much about this energy over here. You are living in a true reality with one another, and you are having a real experience. Some of you say, this is not the reality, yes? How many of you have wondered about your teachings? This is not the real world, they say. We see the real world existing in many layers. Some of these layers are interactive. Some of them are dense and they don't really interact with other layers. Some beings travel through layers. Quite simple, matter of fact. I must have traveled to at least one other dimension, some of you say. Some of you feel that you are still here and you are waiting to go. Not enough time, Orion Council. Look at the planet. Wow, it is a super powerful place. What does this mean, Orion Council? A super powerful place. You know that your mind goes to many places, yes? Some of you say, Orion Council, I am thinking of many topics. My mind travels and wanders, yes. If you are focusing, you say, Orion Council, not wandering now, are we, today? Ha! Orion Council, told you I could do it. And look at yourselves now. Some of you say, Orion Council, can you believe what has happened here? Yeah, so all of you are curious about this reality. Know that your mind travels, yes? And when your mind is traveling, give yourself a moment. Ask your mind if it is really wanting to go to those places. Ask yourselves, do you wonder sometimes if you are feeling alright? Ask yourselves, is now a time for me to feel better, Orion Council? If you feel that now is time for you to be better, go inside of your mind and ask your mind, am I satisfied with this circumstance? Ask your mind, if it is time for you to focus differently. If it is time to focus differently, you will feel better when you change your mind. Many of you understand our communication, and we know that you will practice this. We know that you will consider for yourselves your own healing choice, You will see the truth, and you know it is there. And you want to know more, but you must focus a little bit differently. If you know that you have focused differently, ready or not, your wishes will come true. Thank you.